Thank you for joining us here on One America News. I'm Sani Unutoa. President Trump meets with the NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte at the White House, making a major announcement on Ukraine and Russia. And to help us break this all down and that bilateral meeting down, One America's chief White House correspondent Daniel Baldwin is live from the North Lawn with more on this. Hello, Daniel. Big meeting here, major announcement. What were the main takeaways?
Sonny, what we witnessed in the Oval Office was the immediate shift from tone to policy. We've seen a major shift in tone from President Trump over the last 4 weeks when talking about Russian President Vladimir Putin in public. Now the policy shift has come in tow as well. The big takeaway is that the president announced a 100% secondary tariff that will go into effect on Russia if a deal is not made in the next 50 days. Why don't we take a listen to the president announcing this major policy shift?
We're very, very unhappy with him, and we're going to be doing very severe tariffs if we don't have a deal in 50 days. Tariffs at about 100%. You'd call them secondary tariffs. You know what that means.
This comes also as President Trump announced he would be sending a full complement of Patriot missiles to NATO, who would then ultimately, NATO countries would then ultimately transport them to Ukraine or other countries as well. President Trump talked a lot about how frustrated he was with the Russian side of things. He even said that he thought that he had a deal struck 4 separate times, and he largely blames Putin for the fact that things have fallen apart. Specifically, that's a major, major revelation from President Trump, saying that he thought that they had a deal struck 4 separate times with Putin. He said that some Patriot missiles that they will be sending to NATO will ultimately be arriving in the next few days. And he said that having a strong Europe is ultimately a good thing. But the bottom line is, even though this is not Trump's war, so to speak, the president believes it's time for it to come to an end. Why don't we take a listen?
This is not Trump's war. We're here to try and get it finished and settled and whatever. Because nobody wins with this. This is a loser from every standpoint.
From day
this
one.
was Biden and this was other people. And it's very sad. It's a very sad situation.
The president also revealed he believes Ukraine is ready to ultimately make peace. And after his initial strategy of pressuring Ukraine and negotiating with Russia, that has shifted now. He believes Ukraine is ready for peace, and believes the time is now to as the Senate Majority Leader John Thune will be coming to the White House later today for a meeting, Sonny, and that's involving that Senate package that's currently sitting in the upper chamber of Commerce that aims to cripple Russia's oil industry. It calls for a 500% tariff on goods imported from countries that continue to buy Russian oil, gas, uranium, and other exports. He said they're not sure if they need it, but the House and the Senate are in fact doing very good work. And the president and the NATO Secretary General emphasized that the actions that the president has announced today are intended to squeeze Russia into taking peace talks a little bit more seriously. So what we're witnessing from the White House is more strategic deterrence and controlled escalation with the intention of ultimately de-escalating. Sonny.
And that's right, Daniel. Again, President Trump announcing a second what he's called, he might impose a 100% secondary tariff on Russia if no deal is made regarding its war with Ukraine. A big announcement there after his meeting with Mark Rutte there, the NATO Secretary General there. One America's chief White House correspondent Daniel Baldwin breaking this all down for us. Thank you for that report.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.